Welcome, everybody. This is Atle Schekkeland from the Digital Value Institute. I'm joined today by Dux Raymond Sy. I would say really one of the big Office 365 experts out there. He's CMO of AvePoint, one of the Office 365 top partners for Microsoft. But Dux is also MVP for Microsoft and is also a Microsoft Regional Director. So Dux, well, happy to have joined you here.
Adley, thank you so much. I've been looking forward to have a chat with you about this.
So first question to you about digital business. So what stories are you being told about the need to become a digital business, especially around about how to improve the digital engagement level for customers, new and existing?
You know, that's a phenomenal question. Obviously, being a digital business can mean a lot of things, but specific to customers, from what I hear from customers and also from my own personal experience is, look, it's the ability for any companies to be agile and really meet the customer's needs and be more transparent, right? Because technology, I mean, you think about experiences we have day in, day out from online shopping. We wake up, we look at the phone, something's on sale, buy now. We can track once we receive the goods. If we like it or don't like it, we can respond and engage back with the business. So I think you hit the nail on the head. Is being a digital business is to have better engagement with the customer, be agile, and be more authentic, frankly, with our customer interaction.
So what are the barriers that stops people from actually really becoming a digital business? And for each of those barriers, are there, based on your experience and perspectives, how do you overcome them? Are there any ways of actually really improving things?
I think because of the customers I work with around the world, frankly, the barrier with a lot of organizations is analysis paralysis, right? So a lot of organizations wanting to be a digital business, the first approach is, hey, we got to get IT involved. Rightfully so, because IT owns technology. And nothing wrong with getting IT involved, but a lot of times what IT's used to is a lot of traditional systems, a lot of the more on-premises systems where, you got to make sure we buy the right thing. We have a 3-year cycle. And yet, once you hit that 3 years, it's too late, right? In fact, you look at large companies today learning their lesson. Microsoft's a great example of how such a large organization is being nimble and agile and really delivering quickly. Now, are they perfect? No. I mean, you could see from Microsoft alone, they've killed a couple of products in the past couple of months because it didn't work. But that's okay. I think it's just the agility and being nimble and having that mind shift that everything has to be perfect internally to be a digital business. So now when people tell me, hey, we're doing digital transformation and this project is 5 years, I look at them and I go, no, you're not. You're doing digital regression. Transformation has to be quick, get on quick wins, and then it's a constant motion. It's not something where we refresh our technology and we'll do it again in 3 years. Once you're committed to be a digital business, you're in. You're sitting with the business, knowing what the customer needs, and continuously innovating.
So it means that I don't remember who said this, but it's digital transformation is a journey and it's not a destination, because the rules of the games will always be changing, and therefore it's to be nimble, fail fast, fail cheap, and ensure that you focus on progress instead of trying to analysis paralysis, going for perfection.
Absolutely, and then I think to nobody's fault, we've all been schooled that, it has to be a perfect product. It has to be a perfect experience. But in the new world, not only is it okay, guess what? People don't expect that anymore, right? Like I remember back in the days, here's a quick analogy where, our intranet or our website has to be so beautiful, right? It has to have the right pictures. We drop a couple $1 million with the best e-commerce experience. Well, people today, they don't expect it. Frankly, a lot of them don't even go to websites to buy stuff. They would go, hey, Siri, can you get this for me? Hey, Alexa, I want to order another bar of soap, right? So the experience is different now. The channels are different and the expectations have changed.
So if you're then going to be more agile and nimble, because we all want also to do shortcuts, what do I do tomorrow to actually move forward fast? So what's your recommendation then of how the organization can fast track their digital business journey?
Absolutely. I think, and this is very fundamental, and I've seen a lot of organizations fail at this. A lot of organizations at the C-suite would say, hey, we got to be a digital business. We got to serve the customer. But what they fail to do is internally have that internal change. Because internally, if you're still in the mindset where everything should be command and control, the manager has to approve it, this has to be picture perfect, yet publicly you're pitching, oh, we're the latest and greatest cool kids, not from Silicon Valley, it's not going to work. Because what the situation will be is internally your teams will be speaking to the customer in a non-authentic way, right? And customers can sniff that out. So case in point, right? There's one company I was talking to, and the leadership shook their head because one of their sales individuals, they're talking to customers like, oh yeah, we're using this new, a platform to communicate, and you should too. And then when the customer said, hey, can you teach me some use cases and what have you? The salesperson said, wait, let me get my technical person to talk to you about it. So it's not authentic, right? So it has to be in the DNA of the organization. Not necessarily to shortcut, but everybody has to live and breathe this new way of working, this new way of engaging, and that's how you can be successful in this new digital landscape.
Makes sense. Thank you really much. Thank you a lot for that. So one last thing I just want to add at the end here, and that is, I know that you're organizing a conference called Shift Happens in Washington, D.C. in June, and the program looks really interesting with Mr. Office 365, Jeff Teeper, and a few other people like yourself there. So what motivated you and your team to actually start this conference? Because I think this is the first year you're running it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. So the conference is called Shift Happens. You just have to say it carefully. But the idea is it's digital transformation from the trenches. What motivated us to host this is we've got, tons of great conferences around the world, but customers tell us that, look, we want something real. We want the good, the bad, the ugly. We don't want the Contoso story. You go to a lot of technical conference, you learn about the technology, and maybe you have a few customers speaking here and there. But okay, it all sounds great, but what really happened? So that's the goal of the event, is we have not only industry leaders talking about what's going on in the industry, but we have a lot of customers coming. We have MasterCard, we have Merck, we have U.S. government agencies coming, just talking about how they did it, what worked, what didn't work, and you'll learn and hear from the peers. So it's a peer-driven event, and it's very intimate. We're capping it at 250 people. And definitely would love to have folks listening in to come and join us. In fact, if you're interested, here's something good for you. If you're interested, we're going to give away a few passes. Just hit up Atle, and then he'll reach out to you and give you a few free pass to come to Shift Happens. It's shifthappenscon.com. So looking forward to you there.
So thank you, Dux, for sharing, for your insight there. Really appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.